Hello, welcome back to 3D Drawing for Your Model Railway. In today's episode I'm going to finish off some details which are symmetrical across the wagon but not across the length of the wagon. So to give you an example, there's some bits on the buffer beam like this box, the lamp bracket, a little connector here which will then obviously go into the box, and on the side of the wagon there's some details as well down in this area that we can add in. So we're going to start working through those, and hopefully by the end of that lesson, this lesson will be a point where we can copy everything across. So starting with this electrical connector box down here, it would be on the same end as the gantry rail that we've just drawn in this area here. So to draw this, we're just going to use a new sketch on that buffer beam face, and I'm going to slice through to get rid of the buffer so we don't have to look at that, and I'm going to draw, it's a rectangle. I'm going to define the size. So according to Paul's sketches, it's 8 inches wide and hasn't got the height measured, but we have got the height up and down. So from there to there is 2.75 inches, and from the top down is 5.5 inches, and the width we've already defined. Unfortunately hasn't got the measurement from the side. So what we'll do is we'll look, it's roughly in line with edge of that rivet. Let's just drag that along. Undo the slice, it probably needs to come back slightly. I'm going to go for about that position, but that's going to clash with the buffer. So let's have another look. I'm just going to bring it back to that position there then. So that's going to define that from there to the edge. I'm going to go for 2.65 millimeters. And the box is 4 inches deep. So we're going to extrude that 4 inches. Next we're going to do is the lamp bracket. That goes on the other end of the wagon. On this face here. Let's have a quick look. So it's going to be sort of roughly in line with the edge of the buffer. There's no measurement that says where it is, unfortunately. So we're drawing a sketch on this back face. I'm just going to draw a rectangle to start with. And I'm going to snap it to the top because it is in line with the top. Okay, and then we're going to define, the width is 2 inches and the height is 11.75. Define the edge to the centre of the wagon of 2.3 millimeters, and I'm going to extrude that. Doesn't say how far, so I'm going to come 0.3 millimeters. Let's have a look what that looks like. Actually, going to go a bit more than that. 5 millimeters, and then I'm going to do some sketching on the side. So first thing is I'm going to draw a line that's about half the width of it, comes down, and we'll go down 0.8 mil, like 0.9 mil, and then we'll draw a line in the middle again, something like 0.9, and we go 0.8 mil. Then we're going to do a diagonal line across the same width height as that. Diagonal line across there. We can define that angle, which will lock that, and we'll define that angle, which doesn't need to be defined. Okay, we'll do that angle. That doesn't need to be defined either. Maybe because they're parallel. Not entirely sure, that's fine. And then we can select those two parts there, which are the bits that be outside of the brackets that we don't need. Drag that across, cut, and it needs a bit more to take that off. 0.36 just cuts that off. We've got that lamp bracket joined in. Why are these separate? Let's just edit those. So we're going to tell it to join. And that one is the bracket we've just done there. So that part, edit, and join. Okay, they're all connected. And what we're going to do is just round off the top corners. So it's going to do a small fillet on those two edges. I'm going to bring it in 0.2 to give it a fully rounded top corner. The next thing I'm going to do is draw this bracket here. So again, measurements are there for some parts of it, but not all of it. And it's just a representation. So again, drawing on that inside face, going to do a rectangle. Okay, and the width is 3.75 inches. Height from the top is 8.5 inches. And the height from the bottom is 2 3/4. Width from there to there is 5 inches. Good. Okay, so we're going to extrude this forwards. Just going to come forwards 0.3 mil. Join. Okay, what we're going to do next is create a plane at an angle. I'm going to do it from that edge, and we're going to rotate this angle something like that, so about 30 degrees, and we're going to draw a sketch on there. We use a circle. In fact, I'm going to project on that face to start with. Doing a circle, we want the midpoint of that. I'm just going to come out and I'm going to go for 0.4 millimeters and 0.5 millimeters in diameter, and its distance I'm going to go for 0.25. Finish that sketch, and then what I'm going to do is draw on the box that we've just drawn near the top. So the same thing, so we did 0.5 millimeter diameter, and I'm going to come down by 0.3, and then we're going to do the loft from that circle to that circle. Where's this come from? Let's cancel that. Let's try again. Let's do loft again. So that circle to that one. And join. Click on OK. That gives us the circular type shape coming out of the box here. And then on top of that, I'm just going to draw another circle here that's 0.6 in diameter, because there's a little bit of a lip coming out. smaller one comes down here. So what we're going to do is draw on that surface a circle that's smaller, so we're going to go for 0.4. Finish that sketch, construct a plane from there, it's going to come away by 0.3. Draw on that surface we've just, offset plane we've just drawn. This one's going to be 0.3 in diameter. Another circle, and then we're going to use that loft tool again. So finish the sketch, and then loft from inside circle to the one we've just drawn. That gives us the part that comes out the base. And then the wire obviously connects into the bottom of that, which I won't put that on. Okay, so moving away from the buffer beam, I'm going to draw the little card holder here. So it's on this end of the wagon, so just going to draw on the side. Again, it doesn't need to be too detailed here. It's going to be on the inside face, a small rectangle, and it's going to be in about this position. I'm going to go for 1.75mm by 1.3mm. Relative height from there is 0.6, and from there 0.5, 0.5, and then just going to extrude that out 1.15mm. Some more bodies here, let's just fix those, edit, join, just drawn, edit, join. Okay, the handle and the handbrake wheel are both on the same end of the wagon, so symmetrically they're directly opposite, so you'd have to mirror those across as opposed to what we're going to do, which is copy and rotate the wagon across to get that offset side that we've drawn. So we'll be drawing this part on, and we're going to be drawing it down the side of the wagon here. We need obviously the middle of the wagon. So what we could do is just draw half of it, so we could come back through the mirrors, through the history to the mirror point, and then draw half of it, and then it will mirror across as we mirror the wagon over. Okay, so let's go back through the history. So finding the mirror point, which I think is here, hit that feature, there we go. I don't want to edit that feature, sorry, I want to roll back to the history. So roll history marker here, and then we're going to come back one step. So as I said, it's in the middle of the wagon, so we're going to draw on this inside face here. I'm just going to draw a line, and looking at the height of it, it's just below where the lamps are here. So we'll come for the bottom of the lamp, we'll draw a line across, find the end of the wagon, it's actually the midpoint of the wagon there. And I'm going to go for 1mm long. And then what I'm going to do is a line coming down, and I'm going to go for that again, 1mm I think. And we're going to use arc tools I think, so let's go for that, undo that. We'll draw a line out this way. Don't worry about the length of that line, because I just want that to be a construction line. So select the line here, change it to construction. Move that out of the way. See, it's just a construction line now. Then we'll go for arc, tangent arc. We'll go from that point to that one. It's not really giving me the shape I want in this corner, but if I fillet that corner off, that's probably more like what I'm after. I'm going to go about 0.25 fillet on there. That error is this length here because we've rounded this corner off. It's now not a millimetre long here, so it's just throwing up an error on there. You can leave it as it is, but just go back in and change that one. I'm just constrain it to whatever it wants to be at that point there. And then I'm going to extrude this. I'm only going to come forwards, new body, maybe 0.2 millimeters. It's just giving some sort of relief where this builder's plate would be. And what you could do is, again, we'll draw on that top surface. We do offset and turn the chain selection off, do that edge, holding shift down, selecting the 3 edges. I'm going to do minus 0.1 on the inside. And we should be able to get that profile and then extrude that to 0.1. Gives us a little raised lip you get around the edge of the builder's plate there. And then we can jump that all the way to the end of the history again now, so all the mirroring takes place. Probably take a little while on my laptop, it's just been, again, it's quite an old laptop, but it does the job. Okay, so once it's done, you then get that shape on the side there. Again, it's just giving something into this whole area that's a bit blank there. And I think that's about where we're at with all the objects we can draw at this point on this episode. I'm going to come back on the next one and draw all the stanchions that go along, and then we can look at mirroring the whole thing over. So thanks for watching, hope you're able to keep up with this episode, and please like and subscribe.